If you take back for the very first time, the first aircraft I flew was a Chipmunk, as I said, which we know is just a single prop thing. And then the Bulldog at nav training, you've got the Bulldog for 4 sorties because it's small, it's propeller driven, but it can spin like a spinny top. Horrible, actually. But it's a lovely aircraft to fly. And then you move on, obviously, to faster aircraft. So the first real G pulling aircraft was the Hawk. So the Hawk can pull, back in there could pull 9G. And it was a very good little fighter. Even though it's a trainer, it's a very good little fighter. But before you do that, you go through aviation medicine training. So you have to learn the M1 maneuver. So with your G pants, how to force the blood from your legs back into your heart, and to your brain. So you maneuver, you squeeze. It's called the M1 maneuver. They still do it today as part of it. It's something you do, and it's just you squeeze and you tense to try and drive your blood back up, because otherwise G-force pulls your blood. And then so even pilots grey out, the blood drains to their brains, and it just pulls. So you're trying to force the blood back up. The G-pants squeezes. You try and emphasize that as well with your M1 maneuver to try and get the blood going, so you don't pass out, or it limits. You can probably start greying out, but you still don't completely lose consciousness. But yeah, so you do a bit of G training, and then you go on the Hawk and you do 9G turns, 8G turns, and they're quite horrible. And there's nothing nice at all about it. But when you go into something like the Tornado, especially the bomber version, which I was the GR1 was a bomber versus the F3 and F2, you're limited in G because of the bombs and your tanks. So when you see the Tornado with its fuel tanks on, its electronic warfare kit, it can't pull 9G because it's got all these equipment. It's limited by equipment. So I never had to go through that 9G malarkey again. But once you dump the bombs and you dump fuel, if you had to survive, you throw your bombs off, you throw your tanks off, you could pull 7G, 7.5G. So again, you could go back into that regime. But the bomber was never a fighter, and you're limited by your weapons basically and what you're carrying on that platform as well at the time.
Sorry.